I'm Jo Griffin. I'm a parent carer and a psychologist based in Cerebra, which is a department at the University of Warwick. And we've been working on a new program called Positive Family Connections, and we wanted to tell you a little bit more about it. So Positive Family Connections is a 6-week online group program for family carers with a child in the family aged between 8 and 13 with a learning or developmental disability. And Positive Family Connections focuses on enhancing positive relationships with those closest to us, because we know that this is key for well-being, not only for us, but for the whole family. And Positive Family Connections has been co-produced with family carers, and each group is facilitated by 2 family carers. And I'm joined here by 4 family carers who have been very involved in the development and facilitation of Positive Family Connections. So perhaps if I could start by asking you to go around with a brief introduction and to tell us a little bit about what it was like to be part of the Positive Family Connections development group. And we'll start with Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie Austin, and I am mum to a little girl who, well, she's not so little, she's 13 now, and she has a learning disability and she's also autistic. It's been fantastic being part of the programme and watching something develop from essentially just a small idea into actually a fully delivered 6-week programme. And actually the whole process of that development has been really interesting, and working with other families and learning lots from each other, really. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hi, my name's John. I'm a family carer to Sterling, my son, who's got cerebral palsy, a visual impairment, and also learning disability. And I've really enjoyed being part of the development group, working with this team, getting to know other people with life experience of being family carers and sharing that connection with them, but also that opportunity to work with other family carers as part of the programme.
Hi everyone, my name's Kevin. I'm a parent carer or family carer. My son has Down syndrome. He's 12 years old. This process, it's been incredibly rewarding and exciting and interesting. Sometimes scary also. Both parts. All of the work that I've done with the group has been fantastic, amazing people that I've been working with, but also the facilitation has been terrific as well. So, yeah.
I'm Rasha. I'm a parent carer, so I care for my son that's 14 years old now. He's got developmental disabilities and autism. I'm really pleased to take part in this group, and I think it makes it really different to a lot of previous groups that I've been involved in. It's like we bring our own lived experience, so it's designed around our own lived experience. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. And how's it been facilitating the group? Perhaps we'll start with John this time.
It's been wonderful facilitating the sessions. I really enjoyed working with my co-facilitator to deliver that. But more importantly, it was about seeing all the work that had gone into the development of the programme, and then actually being able to put that into practice and seeing the benefit that it was having with the family carers that we were working with, and just having that opportunity once a week to take them through some things that are going to make life far better for them, and really enhance those positive connections that they've got within their family networks.
Yeah, facilitating the program has been wonderful. I think especially, there were some really powerful moments with the group that my colleagues and I were working with. And it's incredibly gratifying to experience that, to know that we've been able to, to help people in that way. It's just wonderful. I've learned a lot about facilitation, about Zoom, And of course, I've learned a lot about positive family connections. You know, we're all in some ways participants in the program as well as facilitators, and you know that's a really interesting experience as well.
Facilitated the group. I really enjoyed the process from start to end. It felt very, I felt really valued because I'm bringing in my own lived experience. I've been valued for that. And I really enjoyed working with the other facilitators in the group.
It was a really interesting process to facilitate this program, and it's quite different to other programs because there's not a lot of taught content. The programs that have family carers and parents delivering is often much more of a taught program. This is much more of a facilitation, and that was quite a different experience for me to actually learn some of those skills, and I was very grateful to that with my co-facilitator. And I think the other thing is just to watch the group kind of gel and evolve and become this unit that you feel quite part of, because you all stand together. It's not like there's facilitators and participants. You all kind of come together to be this group. And I think I learned as much from the people in the group as I hope they learned from each other, really, because we just stood together.
Do you think the family carers in the group responded to knowing that you were also family carers? If we start with Kevin.
Yes, I mean, I think it definitely made a huge difference. And the participants commented on that, you know, during the sessions on occasion. And I think it made it more authentic. It makes it authentic, and there's a legitimacy as well, I think, that comes with doing it that way. All of it adds to the power of the program.
So yeah, facilitating as a parent carer, I've felt like the participants really valued that, and it was really like we had the connection, so it was really easy to connect with each other.
Having family carers facilitate courses, I think it should be the norm now. I don't think this should be seen as something that's exceptional and unusual. I think it's the way we should be going, and we should, as families, be insisting that people with lived experience actually are part of any program. The families that we facilitated all appreciated the fact that we kind of had walked a similar journey and had similar experiences. And I think it, as Kevin said, it adds authenticity, and I think it sort of adds colour and depth and a whole range of things that are almost hard to articulate. But I do think it's the way moving forward. And I also think that the fact that the whole programme was designed, like that Joe is a family carer too, I think has added an extra layer of truth, I think, to the whole process.
Yeah, the family carers, from our feedback, shows that they really appreciate the fact that both facilitators were family carers themselves, and that helped build that special bond, and it helped build trust right from the get-go of the program, which only made those bonds get even more deeper as we progressed with the actual sessions themselves. I think this is in contrast to what I've seen with some other programs where you may have a professional co-delivering with a family carer. And I've often heard excuses being made by the professionals who feel uncomfortable in that setting themselves. They don't have that lived experience. And this program very much took that away as being something that was present.
Thank you. And as a family carer, what skills do you think you bring to co-production? And we'll start with Rasha this time, if that's okay.
Felt like definitely my lived experience is the biggest thing that I brought to the co-production. So it's more like real lived stories when we're telling. It was like stories that we told, but based on, like our own experience. Also empathy. I think I find it really easy to put myself in someone else's position. And seeing the bigger picture. So it's thinking outside the box. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks.
That's quite a hard question to answer, because it's almost hard to separate what I bring from who I am, really. I kind of bring me and the journey I walk and the life I live. But I think because it's so often missing and historically has been missing, it brings that, it just again brings that authenticity to it. So I think it's sometimes family carers find it hard to say, well, this is my skill. But yeah, I bring me. That's all I can say, really.
As family carers, I think we're brilliant problem solvers, because we end up dealing with lots of different challenges and issues that come across, and that was certainly of value to the development of the program. The thing I really have enjoyed is being part of a team, and I love working with others to come up with an effective program that hopefully has the maximum benefit for them all.
Yes, this is a hard question to answer. And I am struggling a bit with it. Perhaps it's just the lived experience. Actually, I don't think it's necessarily a skill that enabled me to bring. Mind you, in the facilitation, when things perhaps, didn't always go to plan, well, as parent carers, we know exactly what that's like, and we've learned how to work and get through and deal with those sorts of things. I don't. This isn't answering the question exactly, but one of the things that has been amazing for me is the astonishing range of other skills that the team brought to the program, and the ways in which those have been so generously shared within the group. And I include Joe in that 100%. That's been fantastic, as well as how amazing we are as family carers.
It's interesting that's your response, because I think it is true. We're never just one thing. Oh, we bring all this experience from all aspects of our life, and it makes it richer. Yeah, so thank you. But yeah, difficult question. And final question, why is it important that researchers work with those who are experts by experience? And perhaps if we start with you again, Debbie, thank you.
I think it's kind of in the title, isn't it, that we are experts first and foremost because of the experience and the lives that we've lived, and it's that working together, isn't it, that researchers who have all that amazing knowledge and years spent looking at academic articles and looking at research themselves can bring that, but they can, unless you've actually lived it, unless you've actually done those days, those difficult situations time and time again, and you've adapted I've adapted my whole life. My whole life has changed because of Lucy in it. I've changed the way I parent, I changed the way I communicate, I even changed the way I look at things now, and really see things through what I hope is the way she sees the world. And so that's changed me fundamentally. So we have to bring that to the programs and to the researchers, because otherwise there's always going to be a piece missing, isn't there? And a really fundamental piece too, I think.
Working with research colleagues, I find their depth of knowledge, their awareness around the specialism of topics, and their evidence base is fascinating. And I think it can only be enhanced by working collaboratively with family carers who have that lived experience as well. So I think it's a great approach, and one that should be championed.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously really, really important. And okay, so I'm starting to develop a car metaphor here. A car has four wheels, and you need all four wheels for the car to go along, or at least for it to go along effectively. And so, for me, that would be theory, concepts, empiricism, and practice. And, so obviously the parent carers bring the practice, the fourth wheel that really makes the rest of it work. But perhaps, we bring some of the other things as well sometimes. But it's the power of all of those things working together for me that, that makes it so productive.
It's a practice. It's the theory and the practice. So the theory is the academic, what they bring to the table, and we bring the lived experience. So we bring the stories, and I think together we make it work really amazingly. Thanks.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your time and for all your insight. So thank you very much.